What's up, you guys? Thomas back with the wife, and we are here with another Snacklin review. This is the channel where we put things in our mouth, whether it's food, whether it's beverages, whether it's chewing gum, whether it's candy, whether it's, well, we'll leave the body parts for another day, but whatever it is that goes in your mouth, we review it. And today, for some of you wrestling fans, today is going to be a triple threat matchup today. Now, before we get into today's video, if you guys are interested in this type of content, watching food reviews, beverage reviews, anything like that, give us a subscribe. Subscribe to this channel, comment, and a like. Again, once you comment, we will comment back because that's what we do. We like to talk to the viewers and the subscribers, okay? We don't just heart anything. We actually give our full comments. We give our full-on commitment to you guys. So with that being said, again, today is a Snacklin triple threat video. Okay, now the reason behind this video was because the last couple of days, me and the wife, we've been eating a few apples, and they were called the HoneyCrisp apples. These apples were so good, juicy, crunchy, sweet, perfect. You couldn't ask for a better apple. But there is an apple that's probably the best of all, and that's the HoneyCrisp apple, okay? HoneyCrisp apple, if you guys know, it's super duper expensive. They probably popped up about 10 years ago, and they're pretty much on all the store shelves, if you will. And then we have one more called the Envy apple, which I have never had before. So we are going to see, of these three, which one is actually the best. Now, me personally, when I like to eat an apple, again, I used to just bite into them. HoneyCrisp are real good for that because the skins aren't real thick and stuff like that. Some apples you bite into and the skins are a little bit too thick and you're just chewing on the stuff. But HoneyCrisp is real good. You don't really have to chew that much on the skin. Skins kind of just melt away. We haven't done with that with the Cosmic yet because I was just literally peeling these, and we haven't done that with the Envy. So we will try these as whole, okay? We will try them with the skin on and everything because most people do not have time to cut the apple up in pieces. Maybe you're eating one of these on the way to work and you're just trying to throw it in your mouth like normal people do. So we will do it that way.
Make sure you wash your produce.
Wash your produce because who knows what they spray on this stuff. They spray everything on them. Now, one thing I will suggest with produce, okay, there are certain things where you buy in bulk, okay, when you buy the little bags of apples and stuff like that come prepackaged. I tend to stay away from those, even though it is a better deal. A lot of times you might only get like 1 or 2 apples in there that are real good. So I suggest you go picking out your apples or bananas or whatever comes in a bag if you can. Grapes, obviously, they just come like that. But if you could, I prefer that way. Like the oranges, the bag of oranges, I usually like just grabbing them singly because I feel like you pick better ones. Cuties are different because I don't think they sell cuties individually, but oranges and stuff like that, apples, try to just buy them as is because you can kind of pick out the ones that you actually want, okay? So, with all that babbling in the past, let's get into today's video. And again, I left the stickers on just so I know which apple is which. And I think we'll start off with the HoneyCrisp. All three of these apples are probably about maybe a ½ pound each. So again, these apples are kind of the expensive apples out there. So be aware of that, okay? When it says $2.29 a pound, you buy one, you think you're only paying $2.29 a pound. But if this is like a 2-pounder, then you're actually paying $4 a pound. So just be mindful of that. So here we go. We will slice into them. Now, I said I was going to bite it, but slicing into it and keeping the peel on is literally the same thing. Okay, that's what we're going to do here. Again, usually I like to peel the skins off and then take a bite out of them and go from there. But so we will taste this HoneyCrisp, let you know what we think. Did I pick a good one? Let's see. Okay, HoneyCrisp apple.
Nice and crispy, sweet, juicy.
Crispy, sweet, crunchy, juicy. I can kind of see where they got. I kind of see where they got a
little citrusy.
The name HoneyCrisp because it has that kind of sweetness, like a honey sweet. It doesn't taste like honey, but
it's sweet.
You know, it's sweet like honey.
Nectary.
And again, the skins are not too thick. You can actually just chew this whole thing and swallow it whole, and it, you know, doesn't get clogged in your throat or anything like that.
Or your teeth.
And honestly, if we're being honest here, you guys let me know. When an apple is done right, when you pick the most perfect apple, I think the apple could be probably the best fruit of all time. Now, watermelon is right up there as well. If you get a perfectly picked watermelon, it's just right. Watermelon is up there. Pineapple is up there as well. Or
melon in general.
Just any kind of melon, cantaloupe, honeydew. If you pick the perfect one, apples are right up there. So, you know, don't let apples fool you. They're not just for baking. They are definitely for snacking as well. So, that is the HoneyCrisp. And, I mean, 1 to 5, 5 being the best. That would be like a 5. That would be a perfect 5. HoneyCrisp apples, you can't beat it. Okay, so, now all we got to do, really, is try this Cosmic apple next, and then compare, and then see which one wins of these, and then we'll put the Envy in there last, okay? So here we got Cosmic, see? Again, all these apples are pretty big. They're hard, they're firm. It's got that nice feel to it. Don't want a soft apple going in your mouth. You know, that's the thing that sucks about some apples. Sometimes you pick that apple and it's like super rock hard and you bite into it and it's actually soft. There's just nothing more disappointing than that as far as softness goes. But okay, so that's Cosmic Crisp. Okay, these were on sale too today, so Cosmic Crisp. Here we go. Ooh.
This one isn't as crispy. Very juicy. Not as sweet either.
I think it has a little bit more sourness to it, which I kind of like. Whereas HoneyCrisp was more sweet, I think this has a slight sourness to it. Again, like she said, it's not as sweet, but there's a touch of sourness in it that I like.
It's good. This would be good for baking. It does have a sweetness, though. It is good.
That's close.
It's not a bad apple. I mean, I'd eat it.
No. It's not like one of those apples that you see at someone's house, or maybe you live with someone. Again, you buy that big old bag of apples, and you come to the counter about 2 o'clock in the morning, and you see the apple, one bite out of it, and it's just left there on the counter. They didn't even eat the rest of the apple. These will be eaten to the full extent of the law, okay?
Eaten down to the core.
Down to the core. I would say, I think these are better.
I'm not going to say that, but they are good. They're edible.
Okay, so it kind of looks like we're both 1-1 here. Now let's see if Envy beats both of them. Maybe Envy is the best of all of them. And then if not, if Envy is like third, we'll come back to these two. We'll do one more bite each and then come back to it. But, okay, here we go. Envy apple. Man, there were so many apples at the store when I went there today, like different kinds, like new kinds. But I was not about to go broke buying the apples. So decided to go against it.
Spend all his wages.
Gotta go take out payday loans to get apples nowadays. So Envy. There's all other apples Envy. This apple, let's see. Hold on.
Can you believe our puppies does not like apples?
Here we go. Envy.
This one has a nice, it's crispy.
Doesn't have that sourness, but a nice,
refreshing,
light, refreshing,
sweet.
Almost, maybe.
I like a sweet apple.
It is sweet, very sweet, nice sweet.
And a crisp sweet apple.
Crisp, crunchy, delicate, sweet, succulent. Juicy, succulent. All the dirty words that you can think of, this is that apple. Okay, moist. Juicy. All the dirty words. Juicy, thick, plump, fat, rump,
tight,
shaken. These are all really good.
I would say my top two is the first and last.
The Envy almost kind of has, in my opinion, like an apple slash, almost like a Bartlett pear taste. If you took an apple and a pear and you kind of combine the two.
I mean, I don't know what a Bartlett pear, but I do see
Bartlett's are the
pear.
green ones.
Oh, right. The green, yeah. I can see a pear. That is good. I like the Envy, but still first is the first pear. I mean, the first apple, and there's Envy the second. I like these two.
The only thing that is the downfall on the Envy, I think, in my opinion, is the skin is slightly a little bit more chewier than the HoneyCrisp. The HoneyCrisp, the skin's almost like kind of melting in your mouth when you're eating it, chewing it. I'm kind of still chewing on the skins a little bit.
You ain't chewing too much. See, I thought that about the middle one. It was too soft. It was too soft. And these two were the most, like, crisp skins. The first two, the first one and the Envy are my first, last, and then the middle. That's my, yeah. But either way, I would eat them all.
Let's,
Yeah, cut some more of those apples.
Okay. We're going to cut one more strip off of each. Now, one thing I like to do too
The flavor
is a slightly smaller piece on this this next piece, because sometimes you got that big juicy part.
I didn't get it.
We're gonna get thin. We're gonna get thin this time. We're gonna go thin or go home on this one. Again, this is the HoneyCrisp. Again, we're gonna go thin this time, and then we're gonna, because it's such a toss up, honestly, that we're gonna have to just like rate these 1 and out of 10, 1 to 10, and we are going to use decimals in this one. So what would this be? Like this HoneyCrisp, let's bite into it. Is this a perfect 10? I think so. And again, it's all how you pick them. If you got to pick the right HoneyCrisp. Most HoneyCrisp apples are pretty good. I've had a couple of them that were kind of soft and not as sweet, but I think I picked this one pretty good. This is probably about as... I'm going to go 9.6 on this one.
This is my 10.
So that's a 10. I'm going to go 9.6. Okay, here we go. Cosmic, next.
Have cuts.
That's the one thing I like about this Cosmic. It has a little bit more of a sourness than I like. Okay, Cosmic.
It is good.
They're all juicy too. Like an explosion in your mouth once you bite into it. I mean, if all things tasted like this, you wouldn't mind putting them in your mouth.
Nature's candy. Every day. That's a solid 8.9. That's a 9. It was good.
This is just slightly better than the HoneyCrisp in my opinion. Just slightly, not by much. There's a slight sourness that I really like in this one, but that one is 9.8. So 9.6 on the HoneyCrisp, 9.8. She said 8 point. What did you say? 8 point something.
I just gave it a 9.
A 9. So even 9.
I do like that sourness too.
And last but not least,
the Envy.
The Envy, the one that kind of has like a pear taste, pear slash apple.
A splicing.
Here we go.
Oh man, we forgot.
I would say the apple. Video. No, we should have turned this into a mukbang, but a lot of people like that.
That ASMR.
We can turn that the volume all the way up on your headphones, and we can just
eat like goats.
You know what? I don't think this one is as good this time around. The only This is a little bit more of a dense apple too. It's not
I
as
like the skin
it's not as
better.
crisp, as crunchy as the other two. It's got more of a denseness to it. Still crunchy, still crisp, but it's slightly thicker in
And
my
I like
opinion.
the skin better than the middle one.
Okay, so
It's more crisp than the middle one. The
I'll pick
Cosmic.
mine first, and then she'll go second. So one Cosmic would be the best in my opinion, followed by the HoneyCrisp, and then the Envy apple. Okay, that's how I would pick.
Mine is the HoneyCrisp, Envy, and then the Cosmic.
So there you go. You know, while everyone's all over Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, we're over here on Apple snacks.
From God.
Try apples. There's no I don't think she's cutting that apple right now, slicing her hand off on the video. But we are gonna get up out of here. We are gonna enjoy the rest of these apples. I don't know if we'll be able to take these down because these are big apples. Okay, these again literally are probably like a half pound each. So we're gonna be chewing for quite a while. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys know what to do. Hit the likes, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.